conscious cognizance and taking a walk with me as I exist in the sun. So the sun is reminiscent of the power of destiny. There's a constant movement of energy, of light. I told someone I was sharing with about how to understand truth, and I had this epiphany that truth is like the sunlight. You can't grab it, you can't pick it up, you can't carry it away. Just like peace, sunlight, and truth have that relationship. They are universally unfathomable and simultaneously always available. So there's a mission, there's a purpose that we are all put upon the earth and put upon for each other. And there's a conscious reality that can come about if you are consciously cognizant of what is occurring. So conscious meaning the mental experience of spiritual nature of being, and cognizant meaning the more grounded understanding that is in the brain and in the physical body. So both of these experiences, conscious, cognizant, are together. They form this one great reality that I am referring to. And this was brought forward into my existence and more fully into my thinking process because of Richard Rudd and the Gene Keys. So I listened to the audiobook, and what began for me many years ago has consistently and constantly evolved. And I have evolved. My consciousness has evolved. The world, for instance, was not fully prepared for the Gene Keys upon their arrival in 2008 because it has not been very popular, and I doubt that Richard has made a significant amount of money directly from the Gene Keys. But just recently, about 4 years ago, as COVID hit and as the expansion of the internet and the uses of the internet, AI, and many different things started to become more online and available, he saw how he might be able to expand because the universal consciousness, the universal knowledge of humanity became more prepared for it. And so it made its way into my life through the School of Metaphysics, which also made its way into my life through a dream and through the dreaming experience. And so then, and now, there is again this process, this universality of connected nature, of energy and purpose and causality that moves through. And where I am right now, where I find myself, the placement is with the ability to understand certain things. I have this within me, and the communication of it has not always been a focal point for me. But now I grasp the totality and the importance of allowing this to occur. And it's similar to what would go down for Pythagoras when he was on the planet. His school, he wouldn't allow people to be present in his school until they took a vow of silence for many years. I think it was 5. And so I, in essence, have not taken a spoken word vow of silence, but my vow of silence has been that I would not say certain things, tell people certain things, explain, express, elevate, consciously direct certain people in certain situations because there was not the available truth within consciousness. And so just as the Gene Keys did not move through completely and purposefully and divinely as deeply as possible my message or my way of being in the world was held back as well. So it's just as if I was holding on and maturing and elevating and being more and more purposeful deeply within myself, so that holding became a nurturing, it became an endurance, it became a resilience, it became an effective essence point. And so now when I speak and I sit in the sun and I share and I experience the breath of life, of God consciousness, of Christ consciousness, of Buddha consciousness, of Krishna consciousness, when I align myself with the divinity that is within me, such as did Ram Dass and such as did Napoleon Hill and such as did Dr. Wayne Dyer, as these, and Thich Nhat Hanh, as these ones lived, so now do I live. I consciously place myself in the deepest part of my reality and I speak truth. And there are many who are in the same flow. There are many who are interacting with the world in the exact same way, and we're authentic. And today's message was sparked because I listened to the Audible book again of the Gene Keys. I let that energy flow through me, and I feel now that clarity that is within my body. I feel this clear image and this clear version of the real, the truth that is present within me. I'm experiencing it and I'm honoring it, and at the same time I'm finding myself connected and separate and infinite and in the causality of the nature of human beings as I do this. And as I sit now, I complete my walk, and perhaps I will carry another few steps. Perhaps I will carry this energy again and I will walk, but now I sit. And no matter how this flows, no matter how this energy moves, it's always the same consistency. And my Dharma is constancy. And so this is my reality. This has been my truth and my one focal point for for many years now. Since a minimum of 2011, I have chosen to open up the visionary process, the visionary reality, the fulfilled wholeness of my being. I've allowed it to move in this way, and I've shared it. And so Gene Key number 8 speaks of the taming of the small. And this is so beautiful. And this is really, a lot of this is for my community, my dream weaving community. And it's also for and from, like I was saying earlier, my School of Metaphysics community. And it's for those people also who care about chemtrails and who recognize the truth of it. As I look up in the sky and I see what I know of as being an attempt to slow down the growth of my consciousness. And I know that it is moving. And I am consciously cognizant. Many people are conscious and many people are cognizant. And I'm recognizing the importance for me to focus my attention on being consciously cognizant. And so I work that now. I move that energy now. I present myself as this consciously cognizant individual where I can be representing the nature of reality within the minimum of two worlds, that elevated consciousness, that beingness, and also that prioritized earthbound being, this present moment, this reality that I am, where I find myself now. I am aware, I am awake, and I am speaking to the consistencies of the totality of my human experience. And he spoke of the taming of the small. This is from the I Ching as well. It's my crown chakra energy field. I feel this receptivity of energy through the crown. And so in my body, I'm representing the taming of the small in this moment, where this is a big dream. This video is big. Everything about We Are Valuable Media is big, and it's a dream that I'm living, and it's a dream that I'm creating, and it's a dream that I am realitying in this moment now. I am. And what I recognize in the taming of the small is there is so many ways with which we interact with each other. Let's just break it down to the dream weaving sphere. We reach out to people, we bring people in to dream weaving. And if people are ready, if they are consciously cognizant when they hear about it, if their energy has been ignited or lit up in some other way, shape, or form, and one comes along to share the message of dream weaving with them, and they are receptive to it, and they take a look at it, if that's what occurs for this other one that is one, we are all one. We are all human beings, spirit on this planet Earth right now, soul incarnate in the reality of the physical body, and there should be no fear. And by such, there is then only one choice. There's forward motion. And so if we continue to choose that, if we don't allow the small, if we don't allow the details, if we don't allow the fear to engage us in such a way that we cannot move forward to what we know we're supposed to be moving forward to in the dream weaving sphere, in these 4 concentric circular experiences of the 1400 divine family, when that motion is allowed to move, then that's when what we call blowing occurs. That's when the expression of the self occurs. And in the School of Metaphysics, we call it teaching. And so I am doing this present moment reality that I have been working toward and for quite some time, to connect these 3 energies, to connect these 3 expressions, these 3 processes, these 3 entities, because they all 3 run through me. And they run through me in a very focused way. Each one of them have a different elemental expression. And I am knowing that one of the things that I'm to do on this planet is to bring the 3 together and to cause them to be known, and the reality and the connectivity of the 3, and of the way in which they are birthing within me, and where they can birth within others. They can be received. There can be a impregnation within you if you receive this energy that I am now expressing. And you can see the value and the reality of the 3 and how the 3 work together. And you can receive it if you choose. All 3 are individualized expressions of God, and they are different, and they are the same, and they are one, and they are whole. And we are whole now, as we always are, regardless of what moves the mind to the fear. And you can know that when you are moving, everything is moving you toward, and because of, and in the expression of your dharma, of your constant reality, of the motion of the senses, in the motion of the mental processes, the motion of standing still and feeling as you feel the ocean wash through you. And the fear of what we call toxic will come about because of the fear of death. And when you realize that this is what is occurring, that there is a true reality that exists and that never changes regardless of what happens, then you recognize that your mission in life is not connected to killing, stopping, changing, moving, anything else. It's reality births within the one. Man's Godhead is within. And so forward march, forward hold. This is a birth. It's a constant birth. And the soul becomes the midwife. And connecting with the others in the room, connecting with the others in the state, connecting with the others on the planet, knowing that there are other expressions of God, energies that is coming to know itself just as the one is coming to know itself, and all reality turns around back in on itself and becomes constant. It becomes over and over again, regardless of the earth plane, regardless of the mystery of understanding the dream, just moving toward the dream and not allowing the small to take hold and to control. Instead, knowing that you are the power, that what you see in your mind is what you create. So knowing that what the power that is present within all of us is, and what it truly is, it is a direct connection with God, a connect direct with the Creator, a connect direct with divinity, a connect direct with those other ones. It is always present regardless of the physical mystery, illusionary experience that may be occurring. And so the gene keys ignites the energy of the physical body, expressing and causing the reanimation of the spiritual energies that are found within the teaching of the School of Metaphysics. And then the gifting comes through the expression of dream weaving. So you express and you share and you go through those difficulties until you learn how to tame the small. It could be that you have an issue with receiving, and so you have a difficulty with reaching out and blowing to people, and then you get stronger by making whatever you want to call a mistake. You cry because you know who you really are and you just want to touch it. Just like the woman in Jesus's cloak. If only he might give her that energy just by allowing her to touch, because she has the core belief in herself that is strong enough to bring forward that truth within herself. And Jesus provides that connecting link to that energy field of truth that is already within her. The awakening occurs, the veil is lifted. This is not about money, it's not about fear. This is about being true, being just, and being authentic. In every single moment that the one is human being, soul incarnate on earth. Now is the moment. Right now. Be who you truly are.